Something in my throat. All right. Gotta clear it. Woo. Hello? I think this is on. Is this on? Hey, you guys. Is this on? Oh, it is? Okay, come here. Come here real quick. I won't be before you long. As they used to say in the church. I won't be before you long. But there is much to speak of this Wednesday. This hump day. You worked all week. You did it. You got all the way through it. A whole 13-hour Wednesday. You did it. And what's your reward? What's your reward, you ask? No, seriously, ask me. Ask me what your reward is. It's this.
And now it's time to play everybody's favorite game. Good news. We are talking about combination. Jesus Christ. We can't run.
Hello and welcome. Good evening. I pray that your day was well. Mine was very peaceful. I feel studious. Put on my spectacles. Put on my spectacles. They're more for fashion than they are for seeing, but I'm putting them on anyway. How you doing? How's it going? How was your hump day? Hope it was good. Put on a little of my own music. I'll never get copyright sticker for this. You know why? Because I made it. That's why. So I never thought I'd be this guy. High school football watching guy. Never thought I'd be that guy. Oh, I'm watching tonight. If you don't know, I'm letting you know right now, CU fan, Juju Lewis, your next quarterback, soon to be quarterback. There's going to be some competition this year at the University of Colorado replacing Shedeur Sanders. Is playing right now in the Georgia State High School Football Championship. If you go to GBP Sports on YouTube, it's free. And you can see your next quarterback. He's already got 2 touchdowns. He already got 2 tuds. He's already thrown for 2 tuds. 144 on the season. Kid who seems to have a lot of charisma. So I'm going to be watching that while I'm talking to y'all. And talk some college football stuff. Definitely talk some Denver Nuggets stuff, because what the fuck, Calvin Booth? You want to hurt me? You want me to hate you? Is that what you want? Because I can do that. If that's what you want, Calvin. You see, I got my spectacles on, so I'm feeling agreeable. When I have my spectacles on, that means I'm agreeable. But if you want me to hate you, I can do that. Obviously, the Broncos are going to suit up against the Los Angeles Chargers, formerly of San Diego, formerly of a whale's vagina. That's not till tomorrow. There'll be a watch along right here on Kill You With Truth for the people.
Told that Tom already. At O-R-E-N. All right. Told that Tom already. At O-R-E-N.
You know what it is?
Talk that talk. AOREN.
That's my name. So I want to begin kind of where I left off yesterday. If you're not, how are you not hyped for what's happening up in Boulder? How are you not charged up for it? Are you what camp do you fall in? You don't believe it yet? Are you just are you the conscientious objector? You refuse to be sold on all the hype? Why? Who hurt you? Oh, that's another touchdown. Oh, damn it. He's out of bounds. That was almost 3 for Juju. Oh, Juju Lou. Like, what is it? I'm not feeling it sometimes. I know Bronco fans, I know you guys are tough nut to crack. You don't care about really anything else. But are you not entertained by what's happening in Boulder? Are you not excited by the prospects of really being able to have? And I believe a rising tide lifts all boats. I don't just believe that. It's a saying. And okay, let me walk this back, because I tried to act like that was mine. It's not mine. A wise man once said, a rising tide lifts all boats. I believe that what's good for CU is also good for Colorado State. I believe it's also good for AFA. I think that right now we're in a renaissance, a resurrection period. Embrace it. This is college football entering into an echelon. Rarely do you get a chance to actually witness a sport or a league jump the shark and jump into just, I think, probably the most exciting product to watch. And I think that's happening. And the epicenter of this action is in Boulder, Colorado, you guys. What the fuck is your problem?
Look at his bum ass.
I'm kidding. Hi, Josh. Josh Montana. What a great last name. I love the state. Big sky country. Just afraid that the party isn't going to last. Don't want to get too attached. You know what's funny about that, Josh, is because I want to start there. Now, like I told you, go to I'm going to put the link in here, because right now, I mean, you can just watch it. I'm going to put the link in here for you guys that want to watch Juju Lewis and see your next quarterback. Let me just put this in the chat. It's just on YouTube. You can watch your next quarterback. And be honest with you, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that Colorado high school football takes that turn and becomes an in-state recruiting hotbed for Coach Prime. You got to get the best recruits out, and I'm hoping that's a good 3 or 4 guys every year. And I hope that this is it just bubbles up all around the Rocky Mountain State. That's my hope. Now, to your point, Josh Montana, great last name. No relation to Hannah, I'm assuming. Stephen A. Smith will not let this go. First of all, okay, let's go in order. Let's go in order of most important things. This is the type of stuff that's happening up in Boulder. This is via On3 Sports, and this is about another huge portal acquisition for the University of Colorado.
Whip around on the inside scoop. How is it Colorado able to? Colorado fans, smash that subscribe button. Moments ago, Caden Salter comes off the board. We've been talking about this one a lot on the whip around on the inside scoop. How is it Colorado able to pull this one off?
Well, they brought him on campus for a visit this week and showed him why Colorado is the perfect place for him. He chooses Colorado over Syracuse. And this might be the most pivotal transfer portal recruiting win to date. The magnitude, the position, the need that Colorado has. This is a program that does not want to take a step backwards next year. They want to keep going forward. And I think that they're putting the pieces in place to be a more talented football team across the board, talent-wise and depth-wise. And they need a signal caller that can come in and drive this machine. Caden Salter's a veteran. Colorado had Shedeur Sanders, who was up for every major quarterback award this year. Those are big shoes for a true freshman to fill. But Caden Salter, he's been very successful on his college career. He's a veteran. He can come in, plug and play, and be that bridge between Shedeur Sanders and Julian Lewis. A massive recruiting win. Again, perhaps the biggest transfer portal win to date in this 2025 cycle.
Now, if you don't believe, Now, I didn't know. I'm not going to sit here and pretend. I'm not that guy. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I knew Caden Salter's career. But I've done my research. I've done my reading. And if all things are equal, kid transfers from Liberty, what you wanted to be able to bridge the gap between Shedeur and just not have to throw Juju Lewis into the fire was a seasoned veteran quarterback who kind of fits the bill already. Hopefully somebody who's probably even a little more mobile than Shedeur was. And I think they got this in this guy. 35 career games for Caden Salter. 5,887 yards passing, 56 tugs, 17 interceptions. That's okay. 2,000 yards rushing is what's exciting to me. 21 or more scores. Redshirted his first year, and now he's coming to see you. So listen, now I'm going to go another place with you, Josh. I like that you chimed in, told me your truth. Because you're not the only one that feels like that. Oh, you're not related to Joe either, huh? Oh, you are related to both Joe and Hannah. Well, good for you. That Montana name ain't no dope. Are you really related to Joe Montana? I would imagine that you are. That's not a very common last name. You know what's even more strange? Here's how my mind works. I went Hannah. I have daughters, 3 of them. I went Hannah, 27 years old, so it was the Hannah Montana era. I went Hannah before Joe. Who does that? Who in their sports mental Rolodex hears the last name Montana and immediately goes Hannah as opposed to Joe? No, just live up here in the attic. Okay, I got you, Josh. Hey, shoulder to shoulder, we will fight, 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 fight. Buck 'em up, go. Hey, shout out to my homeboy, Mike Coates. If you're in Boulder and you hear this, you will hear this during half times, during timeouts, produced by my homeboy, Mike Coates, Hitsville. Shout out one time. Hey, I'm a nice worker. Now, you're not alone, Josh. I'm letting you know you're not alone. It pisses me off, this narrative. Despite Coach Prime saying, you know what, I want my name written on them, on those Flatiron Mountains. Despite the fact that he's lost a couple digits, he's short a couple toes. I don't think he's the type of guy that's really ready to be running around the nation. Nobody really is bought on it. So you're not the only one. You're not the only one. Now, the guy who pisses me off most with the chatter, though, is the guy who I believe just doesn't have. By the way, no, I'll save it. Is the guy who I just believe on a slow news day, and today was a slow news day, no NBA games after the Emirates Cup. Congratulations to the Milwaukee Bucks for winning the enigmatic Emirates Cup. Did anybody care? Tree falls in the wood. Does anybody give a fuck? Does anybody give a fuck? Did you watch the game last night? Did you see the performance from Alexander? We're going to talk about the Nuggets and Calvin Booth just shuffling papers around his desk, trying to look busy every time. Here's how I picture. This is how I picture Calvin Booth. Every time a cronky comes into his office, he just starts going. Oh yeah, cronky. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm just here checking numbers. Here, just looking at trades, checking numbers, just throwing some stuff out there. You know, see what happens. That's what it's starting to feel like, Calvin. Don't get me on your bad side, brother. Don't get on my bad side. That's what I meant to say. Anyway, back to Stephen A. Smith. He had this to say, and I want to get to Stephen A. Smith.
You can get your hands on Deion Sanders to bring him to the Ohio State.
God damn.
You paid it $37 million. That was a lot of money when it comes to Ryan Day. If you could get your hands on Deion Sanders to bring him to the Ohio State, you paid it $37 million. They'll pay the driver $37 million to ride him out of town. I just had somebody text me and say that, okay? That's how much money they got in Columbus. That ain't a lot of money to overcome. You can come up with the money to do that. And so I definitely think when it comes to Deion Sanders, to answer the question directly, as somebody that knows him personally, have mad love for him, and I understand where he's coming from. He's incredibly appreciative of the opportunity that Colorado has given him to come from an HBCU, to give him an opportunity to do what he's doing, doggy. He's appreciative of that, and he wants to see the job finished, meaning he wants to get them to a playoff. He wants to depart successfully. But I don't believe him when he says he wants to stay forever. I think when an SEC team comes calling, I think when a big...
I tried to let him ramble. This is how you know people who just haven't really realized and recognized the shift. It's all right in state if you feel, Josh, if you feel a little unsure, it's okay. We've been burned before. Who hurt you? Who was it? These cats just don't have other talking points. And so the first place they go is SEC football, Big Ten football. You know, these big time conferences, SEC football, Big Ten football, these big conferences. And there's nowhere in the world that little old Boulder can hold the bright shining star of one Deion Primetime Sanders. Shut your bitch ass up, man.
Big Ten team comes calling one of those blue chip programs, as Paul alluded to. I find that impossible for a guy like primetime Deion Sanders to turn down, because then it ain't about the money.
This is where he's going. This is where I know he don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
It ain't about the locale. It ain't about the program. It's going to come down to his ability to recruit, and I know he believes in himself.
So what that tells me is he doesn't know anything about who CU's already recruited. You got the number one quarterback prospect. You got the number one quarterback prospect out of the portal when it comes to the transfer portal. Number one defensive line prospect. Hold on, man. Let me talk my shit. Hold on. I'm doing my big one tonight. I'm going to do my big one tonight because I've had it. I ain't going to hold you. I'm not upset with you, but I've had it. I've heard just about enough of this, just because it's not founded in anything other than hope. It's not founded in anything other than hope. This is also courtesy of On3 Sports. I get my information. I get it. Don't hate the player. Hate the game. If it's on the internet, I'm swiper. No swiping. Definitely swiping. You got the IMG Academy relationship being formed, and so I'm not saying we're going to win every recruiting battle, and I am using the royal we. But damn it. Enough of this. Boulder's just not big enough. That's not where he want to be. He want to be between the hedges. No. You want to be at one of the big programs. He want to be down in Tallahassee, Florida. What? South Bend, Indiana. Have you ever been to South Bend, Indiana? Shut your bitch ass. You don't know anything other than LeBron James, Dallas Cowboys. This is the ESPN model. This is why Aaron Rodgers got on y'all ass, by the way. Because your opinions aren't founded in just analytics. It's just founded in what's the most easy, sensational. You want to be box office. He got to be. Shut your bitch ass up. Let me let him finish what he was saying.
He could go and get anybody if you put him on an even playing field, or dare I say, at an advantage. He will milk that to the.
Now watch Paul Feinbaum's turtle-looking ass grinning
to the nth degree and get it done. I don't believe for 1 second that he's going to be forever at Colorado.
Look at Paul Feinbaum's grinning ass. This is Alabama hung. I'm going to talk about their problems here in a second. You don't believe for 1 second that he's going to stay. And no one's been able to tell me anything more. I haven't heard anything more than it's just not big enough in Boulder. These are people who either have been to Boulder and don't actually realize that's a city that is 45 minutes max away from Denver, Colorado. Major airport is what I'm pointing out, more than anything. International airport. There ain't nowhere that you want to go or need to be that you can't get to. And have you seen Boulder? Bitch. Have you seen Boulder? What the is you talking about, man? If it's not Palo Alto, California with NIL, because that's now where if he were talking pre-NIL, I get it. I would totally understand. Bitch ass nigga did. Oops. Damn it. Sorry, Mac. Boy, this is not your grandfather's college football. The game done changed. So all the old that you used to run, as long as somebody can pay the fare, these boys are good. Excuse me. These young men are going to go where they feel their opportunity is best. They're not no longer beholden. Is the number one recruit out of Alabama probably going to go play Roll Damn Tide? And Roll Damn Tide. Yes. Is the number one recruit somewhere near Dallas or in Austin probably going to go play at the University of Texas? Yes. Are you going to out recruit Athens, Georgia for the number one? Hold on. Are you going to out recruit the state of Georgia or Athens, Georgia for the number one quarterback prospect in Georgia? Yes, because he did. You goddamn right I'm speaking truth, Mo. I'm tired of the old guard not being able to see the new landscape. Now, Prime could be blowing smoke up all our asses. You're going to have a ton of gear to have to give away. You're going to see so much. You know how after the losing Super Bowl team, how all the Super Bowl gear ends up like in some I hate saying the third world, to be honest with you. It's very disrespectful. But for lack of, in the undeveloped world, let's just say in the non-West, you know how it always end up, some Lagos, Nigeria, somewhere. You got a bunch of kids running around with, whoever the Super Bowl, Baltimore Ravens, whoever was the Super Bowl loser, they running around with. There's going to be a ton of SKU gear in somebody's undeveloped country because he's got a ton of it. But this tired ass, and see, guys like Paul Feinbaum, I'm going to show you what their problem is. Guys like Paul Feinbaum, who is to his credit, he don't hide it. He is a unapologetic Alabama honk. That's cool. No problem. You got your own problems to worry about. What the powers that be, and this is where I think it is a big business thing, because for whatever reason, legacy media has yet to catch on to the fact that everything's on the internet, my guy. It's all on the internet, my guy. So, ipso facto, yes, New York is New York. Yes, LA is LA, but that don't matter no more when it comes to, mega this or mega that or coverage or whatever. We're all, the information superhighway reaches every area of the world, of the earth, virtually. Meaning that Boulder is between the hedges. Y'all got your own problems, Paul Feinbaum in Alabama, though. Let me show you why. Let me show you, man. Hold on. Why you do that for? Oh, that's why. This letter was penned by the athletic director at Alabama. Alabama fans. I wish I had. Alabama fans. Over the past few years, there have been drastic changes in college athletics. We've been careful during this transitional period to protect our position at the top of college athletics while being mindful to listen, engage, and learn from our generous supporters, proud alumni, and unrivaled fans to make sure that we protect our great traditions here at the University of Alabama and Roll Damn Tide. But there's time to talk and there's time for action. Now's a time for action. Although we've been competitive from an NIL standpoint, it must not be going well. Our competition, that would be Coach Prime, has us in their sights. They lost their number one interior defensive lineman to the University of Colorado at Boulder and are actively trying to surge ahead with NIL. You have heard examples of other teams using promises of $1 million paydays. Well, we've been paying under the table. Now everybody can pay it. That's not fair. Alabama was just stockpiling 3- and 4-star recruits, hiding them on the bench for 4 and 5 years, languishing on the bench for 2 and 3 seasons, holding these kids because they couldn't leave. And now they can leave, and now the game didn't change. Who would do that anymore in their right mind? Think about it. All those high-profile schools that were able to just hold on to talent cannot do that anymore, because if you have a 4-star recruit, a 3-star recruit sitting behind another 4-star recruit, another 3-star recruit, why, if I'm that kid, would I not take my talents somewhere else where I can play? Making the talent pool, all that SEC shit's about to go out the window. I promise you. I promise you. And from an exposure standpoint, to my boy Josh's point right here, let me throw it up. From an exposure standpoint, I venture to say this. No one has it better. Maybe if Michael Vick does what he's supposed to do, because what's going to become now, you ever heard of a players league? All that that shit don't sell no more. All that Nick Saban bush. Can you get me NIL? Can you get me to the next level, even if the next level is just more NIL and then I go off into my real life? Still only 1% of the players are going to be able to go to the NFL. So that's not going to change unless they start heavy expansion in the NFL, which you might see. Don't get it twisted. If I'm the NFL, I'm trying to be like, I wonder how we could squeeze 6 more teams into the NFL. I ain't even going to hold you. Well, I don't know if our economy is going to be able to withstand that from a who's going to pay for all this shit standpoint. But let me finish this guy's letter. Although we've been competitive from an NIL standpoint. Okay, hold on. See, you're definitely going to get exposure both on the field and social media. Prime is positioned as the leader for sure when it comes to this new game. The old guard has deep pockets, though. Yes, they do. But this is what I venture for you, Josh, and those like you. Make noise. Make noise. Let Rick George hear you all the way up there in the shadow of the Flatiron Mountains. Tell him, go independent. Leave the Big 12. Sign a TV deal with Prime Network. Coach Prime already has a show on Prime Network. Put all CU sports on. I'm here to tell my fair-skinned Coloradoan brethren. That would be my brothers from another more Caucasian mother. The University of Colorado, as long as that man is on those sidelines, is Black America's official college football team. I'm not telling you that as conjecture. I'm experiencing it. I know it. I'm in Maryland. I know CU fans out here. Never set foot in Boulder. My cousin, born in Guyana, think Jim Jones. Sad. We're not from that part of Guyana, my family. I'm just saying. This is a Guyanese. This is a West Indian man. So enthralled with the thing then that he got on a plane and traveled to come see CU play Cincinnati in Boulder. If you was in Boulder, you saw my cousin. Long dread, you know. Sure, man. Y'all have no idea the effect outside because you're on the inside. If you spend any amount of time, though, on YouTube, and I spend a lot of time on YouTube, everybody's talking about CU. And a lot of the people talking about CU look like me and talk like this. Shit. Think Dallas Cowboy fans. That's what the University of Colorado has become because of that man. And you know who knows it? If you don't know it, he knows it. You know who else knows it? Alabama knows it. You better believe Alabama knows it. You've heard examples of other teams using promises of $1 million paydays to lure our players or convince them to not come to Alabama. It is time for the Bama Nation to fight back under the new model of college athletics, which is the result of an antitrust lawsuit against the NCAA. See, these were the old, I dare I say, slave masters when it came to college football. These are the ones that were fighting against this wave of go get your bread, young man. Who knows how much football you have left in your life? You got maybe 4 years of this. Go get your paper. Go make somebody's program better. Go help somebody win a national championship. Make some game tape for yourself. Make some good connections. Maybe get yourself into the NFL. If not, make sure that there's a future waiting on you more than just serving the University of Alabama. I love this shit. University can succeed if their fans purchase authentic NIL from student athletes. The good news is when YEALAN, whatever that is, was created last year, the focus was on providing our fans with a legitimate product rather than booster inducements. That's all y'all been using up until this point was booster inducements. YEALA, that must be what they have for their fans. I'm not going to click on that yet. Delivers exclusive content and access you cannot get anywhere else. You think you can rival what Bucky's doing on YouTube? We don't need everybody get the access. You're late. We also have a plan to grow YEALA, whatever the hell that is, offerings with more videos, features, and news in 2025. So please visit YEALA Alabama to join. A subscription to YEALA isn't about the now, it's about the future. He's trying to milk the fan base that I guarantee you already does everything that it can do for Alabama football. They're going to the games. They're buying concessions. They have 4, 5, 10, 11, 55,000 jerseys. Now they need to buy a subscription to YEALA. It's about roster retention for future seasons. Keeping our legend. Roster retention for future seasons. When you hear that term, think stacking the deck and leaving kids languishing on our bench. The starters who going to start at Alabama are still going to be going to Alabama. I'm not saying that. But wait till the winning shifts. When the winds of winning shift, it might be looking like 1980, whatever in Alabama when Alabama football was shite. Keeping our legends in crimson. Keeping our legends in crimson. When you hear that, just think about what they lost. It's about attracting and developing the best recruits in the country to represent the script A. The script A? What the is you talking about? Rodam Tide. You being a part of the team has never been more important. At Alabama, we're not measured ourselves against our competition. We've not measured ourselves against our competition. We are the standard. I don't know if that's the truth anymore, my friend. And that measurement is against the mirror. Tell that to Jalen Milroe. Tell that to the bowl selection committee that you guys missed. Hello. The fuck out of here, boy. You don't even see the writing on the wall. You know who's always the last to know that they're dead? The dead. You just wake up like, what was that, Peter? Is that Jesus? What the fuck? Am I? Yeah. It was bad too. You're driving along. Truck tire. I can't stop. Here comes the meat wagon. New guy's throwing up in the corner. Movie. You don't know what movie that's from. You guys don't watch movies. Apparently y'all don't watch. I've had Alabama, sir. I've had that in this. You don't even watch movies. What kind of? I'm going to shape y'all up, though, truthers. Let me finish this letter, and then we'll move on to stupid Calvin Booth ruining my. I really came in a bad mood. It might not seem like it now because I'm so happy to see college football just turned on top of its head. Let me see what Juju's doing. Hold on. Oh, 17-17. I ain't going to be before y'all long. By the way, this game is free. You can go on. Watch your quarterback. Watch your future quarterback. Here he is right here. I'm going to let this roll. Let's see if we can get away. Oh, Tommy Boy. Okay. Somebody knew it. Watch your new quarterback. Sit here, chill with me. Watch your new quarterback. SS. Round of applause for SS. At Alabama, we've not measured ourselves against our competition. We are the standard. And that measure. Where is Alabama, sir? What movie is that from, though? SS. Too late. Crimson Tide. Gene Hackman. Denzel Washington. You have the con. At Alabama, we've not measured ourselves against our competition. We are the standard. And that measurement is against the mirror and against the rich and proud history. There's not a picture in this goddamn thing. But it's impossible to ignore what is taking place in college athletics, and it's doing the state of Alabama a disservice. Let me tell you, we used to be able to stock 5-star athletes. We had dead ones falling out of the cupboards. And now they dare leave us for the hills of Colorado. Sacrilege. Hungry fan bases are acting decisively to give their respective programs competitive advantages. We must respond. We are Alabama. Hey, Rodam Tat. No media critic. You're phenomenal. Isn't that pathetic? Isn't that sad? I mean, I'm not crying for him. I'm just saying, like, there's not even a picture in there. Hold on. When you do it, my boy, when you do it and you do it well, my boy, it's supposed to look like, hold on, man. Let me see. It's sir. It's ma'am. I can't do that on this one. You gotta go to the premium. You gotta get the premium Good News Travel Fast to get it. When you do it, you ain't got to do all that damn talking when it can just look like that, bro. When it can just look like that, bro. By the way, that's the number one tight end prospect in the portal. That Zach Atkins, he committed to the University of Colorado Boulder. So, things are looking up. Things are looking up. All right, I'm moving on from that. I'm done. I'm finished with this guy. If you don't believe that Coach Prime, now to my friend Josh, who we just met, Mr. Montana. I feel your pain. And if you don't believe this, I get it. It still remains to be seen. Put on mine. I have every intention. Oh, man, I can't get it right now. I have every intention, every plan in the world to be coaching for the Colorado Buffs from here on now. Nigger Dern. I want my name on them Dern Mountains over there. I want to put my flag down in Colorado. Okay, that was bad. I'm sorry, that was bad. Just act like I didn't do that. I can do a much better Prime. I feel so much pressure. Why you would ask this of me? Tony Montana? Bro, we need to talk off stream because I got a couple plays that we could run, get some money on. You know what I'm saying? Throw a little toward, up there in Boulder. Get it washed first. You get it washed first. You throw a little money on. If you can get your hands on it, bro. Who I trust? Me, that's who. Who I don't trust? Calvin Booth, that's who. What the is wrong with Calvin Booth, man? Does he want Nuggets fans to hate him? Is that what the plan is? Maybe y'all don't care. Y'all might not care. You know, it occurs to me that maybe y'all don't give a fuck. Well, I care, damn it. Oh, by the way, the stock market went boom today. That was disconcerting. A minor. So this was floating around that Michael Porter Jr.'s name's being thrown around in trade talks for the Nuggets. One of those trades, I swear to Christ, man. I quite honestly, I'm going to tell a quick story. Here's how I became a Golden State Warrior fan. Do you guys remember the Mark Workentine, Josh Kroenke, what other Rex Chapman, four-headed, dumbass, front office days of the Denver Nuggets? Do y'all remember that?
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
Do y'all remember that? You're talking about a lifelong Nuggets fan, by the way. So much so that I had a pair of pajamas when I was a kid. They were Alex English. They look like Nuggets uniforms. The lime green piping, white. Yes, been through all of it. The Carmelo Anthony years, they never ran that bullshit though. That whole we're reinventing how to put a team together. We just have 4 guys get into a room and all of them are dumbasses, and together they'll form one giant dumbass. Couldn't take it. When Andre Iguodala left, I left. And you know where I went? I went with my favorite player. I saw him play in college, watched him play at Davidson. The year he lit it up in the tournament, I was already bought, sold. My other favorite player at the time, Kevin Durant. I mean, obviously Melo was in there, but we lost Melo. Brought Bubba Chuck in. Then everything that happened after that. It's just a comedy of errors. And I was like, fuck this bullshit. You don't have the right to just hold me hostage with my love for this organization. And I bounced. Now my brother tells me I've paid my penance to come back. I don't care what nobody says. I earned that goddamn championship. I've been back long before it. Having said that, though, Calvin Booth, are you trying to run me off again? Because I won't stand for it. I'm not leaving. Because my favorite player in basketball is Denver Nugget. Nikola Jokic is the greatest player in basketball. And damn it, I'm not going nowhere. Calvin Booth will leave before I do. I don't care what I got to do. I know, Mac, you've got an affiliation. I'm trying to be respectful. I really am. I'm trying to be respectful. I was having arguments with people over Drake and XXX Tentacion. Hold on one second. I just want to get to this side by side. So, where's it at? Yeah, no. Hold on. Boy, you catch more shots than a Spalding. Here you go. So the first one being dangled out there was that I heard, and I don't know if this is from the Nuggets. I just know that once rumors start flying, there's something to be said about whether or not there's genuine. I don't know how I won't be before you much longer. I got to try and keep it tight. I've been told to keep it tight. Michael Porter Jr. for Zach LaVine. And what I said, because if this is out there, how does Zach LaVine make this team better? Well, he's a scorer. I'm not saying the Nuggets don't need scoring. I'm not saying that. But what does he average? 3 points more a game than MPJ? Exactly. You know what he averages less than MPJ? What this team doesn't need to lose? Goddamn rebounding. So I'm like, do you want people to just hate you? That's not even an equitable trade. And I know Zach LaVine, then in a dunk contest, he can fill it up when he wants to fill it up. And like, bro, I just need you to chill. You done already fucked up the church's money, quite literally, by overspending on this guy and that other bozo, who I won't call a bozo. I really like Jamal at times, but I'm over it personally. Y'all can deal with it. I will ride with the consensus. If we're still loving Jamal, y'all can love him. I'm gonna sit quiet. It's like that family member that's like, listen, I know you don't really fuck with your uncle, but you ain't got to say nothing to him. And it's like, all right, I just don't got to talk to him. I just won't talk to him. And it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm over the Jamal thing. I'd like to see it end. I just want guys who understand how to play basketball with the best basketball player in the world. And I just don't think Jamal does. Now, they ran that 2-man game to perfection, but that also freezes 3 other guys out of the offense, to be honest. The only way you can get Jamal going is to run that 2-man game. That means you got 3 guys who are disengaged. I'm telling you that. That can't be the only go-to to get Jamal going. Booth re-signed Jamal Murray way too damn soon. Now they have, yeah, exactly. The only thing about that, SS, is that as unfortunately, Brown is the, I always want to say Braun. That's not Brown. That's okay. We can still have enough money to buy the Cleveland Browns. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But you see the other day ago, You see how they were able to really fill in for what Christian does? You feel me? The truth of the matter is that if you're going to lose anybody, it's best to lose somebody like Christian because what he does is replaceable. It's unfortunate because I like Christian, but you can replace what he does. I don't think that you can replace the career arc that I do believe Michael Porter Jr. is on, barring setback, like serious setback injury. I think he's finally starting to figure it out. And of course, just as he starts to figure it out, Calvin Booth's like, God damn, dude, you already blew it. You already blew it. You already blew it. Don't blow it worse. You already blew it by giving him the contract you gave him. I'm talking about Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal's, but you're handcuffed by both of these albatrosses, not to mention the $8 million that he gave to Zeke Naji, who never plays. Not to mention whatever they're paying Dario Saric to be useless. Just don't do nothing. I'll do it. Don't do nothing. Just don't do nothing. You ever had that person who thinks they're trying to help you and they're just making it worse? And you're just like, wait, just leave it. I'll do it. It's so frustrating. I thought the front office was having reservations signing Jamal, and Malone was pushing. He did. Mike Malone has a love affair with his two best players, and he is a problem. You're not wrong there, Ray. You're not wrong. But you still could have put yourself in a position where you just didn't throw a max at Jamal, and you make him make a decision. Because to be quite honest with you, he hadn't proven up until that point that he deserved what he got. He hadn't. And that's when you're supposed to show you got a spine. And I think what we have in Calvin Booth is a guy who, I won't say failed up, but it's like, I'll tell you another story, quick story. Before my time in sports, I used to work in mortgage banking. Could you imagine? Yeah, it was a nightmare. It was a temp job that turned into a permanent job for Mellon Mortgage Company. And I'll tell you how it turned into a permanent job. Because the lady, I was brought in as a temp and I was training under this lady. And then they were going to fold me in. You know how temp jobs go. I was working for Kelly Services. You know how temp jobs go. They bring you on and is it working out? Okay, 90 days. He seems like he can go to lunch on time and come back on time. He's, he pushes the paper around. He does it well. I was doing all right. I was doing well enough, I guess. And but I was well before my 90 days by the time I got my permanent job. You know how I got my permanent job? Because the lady who was training me left. She left. And then my boss looked at me, and her name was Betty Calger. Rest in peace. I'm pretty sure she's not with us any longer. And she said, "You think you could do her desk?" And I was like, "How much does it pay?" And they were like, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course I got this." People would call me and they'd be like, "You bastard, you're taking my house," because I worked in loss mitigation. If you don't understand what loss mitigation is the most depressing thing in the world. Close to it. People who are about to lose their homes call you because they're like, "You bastard, you're going to take my house." And I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I can try and help you not to lose it, and then we'd help them either sell their home or refinance it. That's Calvin Booth. Tim Conley was like, "I'm out. I'm going to Minnesota." And they were like, "Calvin, you think you can do Tim's job?" And he was like, "How much does it pay?" And they were like, "Yeah, I got this. Easy. I've been paying I've totally been paying attention. I totally know how to do this. No, don't worry about it. Stan, I'm your guy." The fuck? Is it consistency? Does it free up cap space? Porter just too inconsistent. We don't know how good these other guys would be until they play with Jokic. Well, I know it's none of the guys on the bench. Have you seen Hunter Tyson? He's like a Taz. Hunter Tyson is nothing but activity, which I love, but you just never know which way it's going to go, which I don't love. Porter finding other ways to score this year is a positive sign. That's what I'm talking about. But he can stay healthy. He's been relatively healthy. Getting beat up when he's trying to make more plays inside there. No, I think you're going to be fine. I think my biggest worry with him is his back going to hold up? And I think his back's going to hold up. That's why everybody passed on him, right? That's how he fell so far in the draft. That's how we got him in the first place. Everybody was like, what's up with that back, bro? And I think that's probably why he might have been hesitant to sort of make more of his game than just sitting out and shooting jump shots. And lately, he has the same thing that I feel like Joker had. He's obviously they're two completely different players. And Joker was, if you ever watch like footage of when Mike Malone first decided, like, yeah, you're my guy, you could just see it. You could just see it. That's when I was like, that I no bullshit. That's my brother. We were at, I can't remember who we went and saw them play at the crib. That's the best player in basketball. He just does everything right. Anyway, point being that Michael Porter Jr., what Joker needed to learn, I think, at that time was, bro, you're the biggest guy. You're the biggest guy on the court. Throw your weight around a little bit. Remember the Lakers series? Yeah, Dwight Howard and Unibrow had their way with him. Truth of the matter is he was still he hadn't yet become the Joker that we see now. That's not afraid to put his shoulder literally into somebody's chest, like move, little boy, move. And now that he's doing that, and I think we're starting to see the same thing with MPJ. Is like, you don't have to worry about certain things, bro. You're bigger than most of these guys. He's 6'10". He's built like a, I am robot. Just, throw your weight around a little bit. And he's starting to do that. That's crashing the glass. That's putting it on the floor. He doesn't have the best handle, which I don't think there's anything to fix about that. I mean, he could work on his handles, but he's a taller dude. He's, they let Giannis, I was watching that game yesterday. Giannis gets away with carrying the ball like what? By the way, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, nice way to show up now I don't believe in OKC. And now, after I saw, I got to hurry up. After I saw, what up though, fish in? After I saw the NBA Emirates Cup, I'm convinced the Nuggets aren't too far off in the West if they just pull their shit together. They're really not that far off. You did it. But they have to be professionals. That means no loafing, no bullshitting, take care of the ball. And I think the rest of things will fall into place. And that includes Jamal. I think they can actually, I would love to see a trade that adds some more firepower to the bench. Personally, I'm like, if Jamal has a bad attitude, this is just me. This is why maybe Mike Malone needs to go. Maybe. I doubt it, but because Mike Malone can't do what needs to be done, which is, you got a bad attitude, Jamal? Oh, you have a life outside of basketball too? You upset? Why don't you go sit on the bench and we'll let Russ start? And then you can come off the bench. Okay, boo-boo. Then you figure out if you want to be a max player or not. Because I don't give a fuck what you're mad about. I don't care. Okay. You okay, Jamal? Okay. You sit his ass on the bench and you let Russ, because you can tell Russ wants a ring. And I like how Russ and Joker work off each other. Personally, you put Jamal on the bench, you're actually adding scoring to the bench. You got your point guard, so you don't have to work Joker out. I'm serious. And then every once in a while, work the 3-man. But if Jamal's going to have a bad attitude, you bench him. Why Jamal got to rip us up with these clutch shots too? I can get over the bubble playoffs and these huge shots he has hit over the years. I've been a fan since Michael Adams days. Me too. Run it back. Straight up, man. Straight up, Josh Montana. Is Levine an MPJ trade? Yeah. I just don't. If Calvin Booth does that, I might not stay. You might not care if I leave, but I might not stay. That's not the trade that happened, Fishing. That's just what was being proposed. Sorry. So he's like, did that happen, son of a bitch? The issue is Malone has too much love for Jamal. Exactly. They've been through a lot together, and Malone in general is I agree. And when
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
That's a astute observation. Yeah, it's awful. It's just throwing stuff around just to say, well, yeah, I mean, look, I went and got Zach LaVine. Yeah, bitch, but he don't do what we need him to do. You actually downgraded. You got shorter. We lost length, size, and rebounding. So no, we don't. The 3 points, but he can dunk. Shut up. I'm telling you. Calvin Booth wants you and I to hate him. Now you're far more reasonable than I am, Nuggets fan. You're way more reasonable, but I don't have to be reasonable. I'm just a lunatic screaming on the internet. I don't have to be reasonable. 100% agree, Oren. Famous quote from D-Mac to describe Malone as he's an orange slices guy. Yeah. Too soft. Lets his player get lost in emotions like a teenage girl. It's
Not bad, meaning bad, but bad, meaning good. Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
Chat, y'all working tonight. Ain't nothing bigger than them. Y'all working tonight. Just don't do nothing. You've already blown it. And you don't have the ownership group that's willing to make up for your mistakes. They're not going to spend anymore. You're up against the apron. It is what it is. Fishing, point out all the things. I wish that there could be a mid-season trade. My dream would be that you go to Toronto, and you trade Black Canadians. Just trade one Black Canadian for the other. RJ, come with us. Jamal, happy trails. Can we get Grady Dick and Dick? Maybe throw Christian Brown in there. If Calvin Booth were an ice cream flavor, he'd be pralines and Grady Dick. Movie. Let's see. Let me ask this. Let's say Jamal has just balled out and the Nuggets didn't sign him. Then he makes the All-Star game and now gets a Supermax, and fans would be mad at Booth to sign him. No. Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you why, Fishing. Hold on. It was a no-win situation for Booth. I'm going to tell you why. Because in your scenario, Jamal would have to land in a situation where you see what Minnesota, do you see what Minnesota did, how Jamal was exposed in that Minnesota series? Did you see it? So he'd have to land in a situation similar to the one that he has here, because I'm not trying to take away from Jamal's game, but it's pretty easy. Not easy. Let me rephrase that. That was obtuse. It's not hard to look as good as Jamal's looked when you play with the best basketball player in the game, who draws a lot of attention. And when he doesn't draw a lot of attention, or when you don't play within the framework of some ball movement offense, and teams figured out, oh, all you got to do is get physical with him. He likes to dribble a lot. As a matter of fact, he has to dribble himself into his shooting motion. Oh, we love guys like that. Knock him off their square. Oh. Jamal's not that guy. I'm trying to tell you. You'd see things get real normal for Jamal. I'm not saying he's not a good basketball player. You'd see things get real normal for Jamal if he didn't play alongside a Joker. Real normal. He's not Donovan Mitchell. Everybody wants to forget Jamal carrying the bubble. He got money because they reasonably hoped that he could get back to that. I don't disagree with that. And he's streaky. He's capable of, you know who Jamal Murray reminds me of? We just saw the Nuggets playing. Malik Monk. And Malik's got more of a motor than Jamal. Needs the ball in his hands. Doesn't work well without the ball in his hands. He's actually, you can't see him if you wouldn't know he's on the court if he doesn't have the ball in his hands. Doesn't play really any defense. Jamal's a liability defensively. There was a play in that Sacramento game where he literally basically set a pick for, who was he guarding at the time? And he's shielding Joker from being able to swing into the middle and add anything to trying to keep from, I don't know what the hell he was doing. You trust me. I don't have anything personal against Jamal Murray. I hope everybody understands that. Please, powers that be. I don't have anything against Jamal Murray. I just don't think that what we're seeing is worth all the hubbub. He went off for 40. Okay, he went off for 50. Cool. And was clutch in the playoff run. No question. Clutch in the championship run. No question. The question is, could that be replicated by somebody else? And I'm telling you, because of who he plays with, yes. The answer is yes. My opinion. It's just my opinion. What do you think about MPJ from Finney-Smith? That was the one that I really actually didn't mind that, only because Boyan. But quite honestly, he's on the back nine. But I know him and Joker can work well together. I want guys around. I don't know about Dorian Finney-Smith. Personally, I don't like his game because he doesn't hit his free throws. I don't have patience for guys, especially in this type of framework. The type of team that you need to surround, the type of player that you need to surround Joker with are guys who play basketball the right way, who understand that free throws are, especially the type, because if you're the type of guy who understands how to play with Joker, you're going to get a lot of and ones. You're setting screens. You're coming back door. You're going to get a lot of easy buckets. You're going to have a lot of trips to the line. Hit your free throws. So I don't like guys that can't do that, and you need guys that can knock down a jumper, which is weird because Dorian Finney-Smith can hit a three. So it's kind of the cake's already baked. Hold on, where's my cake's already baked? Hold on.
To keep it real, the cake was already baked.
The cake's already baked. And what do they say? When you get to the dance, you dance. You get to the prom, you dance with who brung you. This is what we got until the offseason. And then I'm serious. You just got to be aggressive about finding a great trade for Jamal. Hopefully he plays his way into a great trade. I am willing to say this. Keep him or don't, Jamal will never outplay that contract. That's my big take. There it is. There's my big, dangerous take. Jamal Murray will never outplay that contract.
Not bad, meaning bad, but bad, meaning good. Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
I got this shit now, and I've always been a humble person.
Yeah, guys have career years with Joker, not without him. Wouldn't Joker make them better players? Absolutely. And now you just have to have the type of GM that can, think Sam Presti. What you need is the type of guy who can build an organization understanding these are my can't loses. Can't lose you. I really think Michael Porter Jr., if he keeps on his career arc, will become one of those. He's Manu Ginobili to Tim Duncan. You need a Sean Elliott to Tim. You know what I mean? You need this team, and I don't give a damn if people don't like to watch it. They'll win 4 or 5 championships with that boy, with that man. If you surround him with the right type of players. What does D-Mac say? I kill you with truth.
Super duper. That's nice. Way to go. Neato, gang.
Yes, boy.
That is good news. I'll be honest. That is good news.
All right, you guys. I've overstayed my welcome. Man. What the niggas need to do is to get Joel on the phone. Fishing. I'm telling you. Damn it. I didn't mean to stop that. But I needed to give you your flowers. All right, man. Man. One time for SS. Who else? One time for fishing. One time for Josh Montana. No relation to Hannah or Joe or Tony. Who else? One time for and to win. One time for Ray Montez. One time for SS. Did I already say SS? One time for all the lurkers. I know some of y'all just like to come in and sit around and lurk. It's all good.
Watch the language, please. Family show, but by all means, keep it coming, bro. You spitting that dude. That's what the OG told me. Yeah. Words love me, wanna work with me, do me, for me, Brody. Was it a crafted epitaph or a billion headstones?
All right, man. That's going to do it for this edition of Good News Travel Fast. I know I didn't get to give the Broncos, but they're playing tomorrow night. I know there'll be a watch along. I'm probably going to be involved with that, so we'll chat it up tomorrow night. I want you to have a good evening. I hope that I didn't. Piss anybody off. That's with the Nuggets organization. By the way, you guys go over, watch Juju, watch your new quarterback. Let's go root Juju on. Hopefully he wins a national championship. A high school championship brings that on his way to Boulder. All right. Like button, folks. That's right. Like button. 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 When I was in. All right, gentlemen and ladies. Until next time, bye now.
And now it's time to play everybody's favorite game.
Good news. Good news.
We are having a combination. Jesus Christ. We can't run.